Oh wait, he punched me out. He punched me.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Josh coming at you with another video on the channel, and today I have a really good class setup that's going to make you win games. It's going to get you a lot of kills, especially in the BR Stimulus Trios mode right now, because that mode is made for aggressive play and you can get a lot of wins doing so. So this is the class setup. I'm going to show you it right now. So we'll do monolithic suppressor for obvious reasons that you won't show up on the minimap when you're firing. If you don't have this on, you will, and you're at a major disadvantage if you don't put one on, and usually people are running one, so that's very important. And you guys can choose any variant that you want on the Gunsmith Customs. I personally use the Singard Arms 19.8 Prowler barrel because I think it's the most effective in all ranges. Number one, I think that the damage range increases a significant amount. I think that the damage range is probably the most important on this weapon because there is certain scenarios that you're going to get into where you feel like you should be killing someone a bit faster, but you just don't. And that's the only thing that lacks about this weapon. But what kind of, I guess, balances that out is the bullet velocity. The bullet velocity really carries this weapon to the next level because it allows the shots that you're shooting get to the target a lot faster, which is why I use this barrel. Next up, I use the VLK 3x optic. I use this because, especially on PC with a higher field of view, it's a bit harder to see players that are really far away. So it's really nice to have this 3x optic and be able to kind of zoom in a little bit closer to what a lot of players are used to on console. And me coming from console, switching over to PC Warzone, it's really important for me to kind of feel as comfortable as I did on controller. Next up is underbarrel. I think that this is the most important part to this weapon because without it, the kilo is going to go crazy everywhere and you're not going to be able to control it. The Commando foregrip really helps with the recoil, especially on PC. You can laser people just as well as the M13 does, but you'll get that in damage increase. And that's the really good thing about this gun, is that it feels like it has no recoil, and on PC, console, whatever it may be, using the Commando foregrip is the best way to go for most guns in this game. Next up is the ammunition. I personally use the 60 round mag because it doesn't penalize me so much to the point where I'm barely moving and I feel very sluggish and slow, whatever it may be. You know that feeling. We don't want to play like that. You know, are certain play styles where, yeah, you might want to drop the 100 round mag on it, right? But it doesn't really do anything for you besides, I guess, turn the gun into an LMG. And I don't think you want to do that with an AR. You might as, if you really want to do that, you might as well just play with a LMG. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my Kilo class setup, but we still have one more gun left in this, and that's the beautiful, beautiful MP5. All right, guys, I know a lot of people just use the monolithic suppressor on the muzzle, right? But there is another one called the monolithic integral suppressor, which is the best one that you can choose because it increases sound suppression, so your gun is going to be extremely quiet, and the bullet velocity is much faster. And as I explained before, the gun, or really the bullets, travel faster to your opponent, and that's what's important on these weapons. Next up is the F-Tac collapsible. You know, just the run-of-the-mill, you want more movement, you want more speed on an SMG, and this is what's going to give it to you. Guys, I know a lot of you might not use a stock on an MP5, you might not find it that useful because it's already a fast enough weapon, but personally, if you want that upper edge. I know it decreases aiming stability and recoil control, but on the MP5 you're going to be up close anyway, and most of the time you'll be hip firing, so this is very important to have. That's all. Next up is Merc foregrip. I think that this is the most important thing that you can put on this weapon. Number one, because it increases your hip fire accuracy, and number two, this is literally the fastest underbarrel that you can attach to your weapons on any gun in Modern Warfare. Literally. There is, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's an issue with how they, I don't know, set the stats. I'm not really sure what's up with this, but every other command, like say for example, Commando foregrip, it's slower. Ranger foregrip, it's slower. Tactical foregrip, slower. And the same thing applies to any others that may be in the game. So look, if you want a fast and agile foregrip, use the Merc. Next up is 45 round mag. And this is super essential to this build, because with the 30 round mag, you feel like you're not really having enough ammo to finish off an opponent, or you might have to switch weapons, and that's kind of a deal breaker. You know, in a lot of scenarios, you really want that up and close, just spray down. You know, you spray down your enemy real quick and you get them down, you finish them off, and that's good. But with the 30 round mag, you can't really do that. So I would suggest using the 45 round mag, which increases the clip by 15. And you will have that a little bit tiny extra amount of bullets in your reserve left to either finish an opponent or just simply down an opponent if you miss any shots. And I think that's really important in this build. Next up is the stippled grip tape. This rear grip is very essential. Like I said, this build is mainly focused on mobility, agility, speed, and everything that has to do with you being able to be as fast as possible. And some may say that the stippled grip tape isn't really needed on the MP5 because it already aims in really fast. You know, maybe you can substitute the stippled grip tape and just put like a sleight of hand. You know, maybe, you know, you can do that. Or you can take off sleight of hand, you know, and put on a stippled grip tape. It's either or. I noticed some people take off stippled grip tape and they don't run sleight of hand either, and they go instead for a laser sight, usually this one. It's really all up to you guys, but this is what's been working really well for me, and I'm loving it so far. So feel free to copy it, and if you guys don't agree with the class setup, you don't have to. But this is just what's been working for me, and I've been getting a lot more wins as of lately because of it. Next up is the perks. Basically, run-of-the-mill perks that everyone uses: EOD, Overkill, and Amped. These are the most essential perks you can run because you take reduced damage from non-kill streak explosives and fire on EOD. Overkill just allows you to carry 2 primary weapons: AR, SMG, AR Sniper, AR LMG, whatever the combo you want to make. And Amped, especially with an MP5 and a close range weapon that you want to switch to mid-fight, this is very important. So you get faster weapon swap and rocket launcher reload speed, especially if you're using a rocket launcher. That is helpful as well. I have gotten 3 pieces, quads, I've gotten all types of kills with RPGs, and they're really helpful, especially against cars. And do not sleep on the Rytech AMR because that is a godly weapon against vehicles. But just don't use it until it gets fixed to one-shot headshot somebody to the head. That's the only complaint I have with that sniper rifle. For lethals and tacticals, basically the standard of what everybody uses: C4s, heartbeat sensors. C4s primarily for vehicles and, you know, kind of your last resort in a gunfight. And your heartbeat sensor is useful against opponents who don't have Ghost. And that's really vital in scenarios where you have no idea where players are. And it's super, super, super important to have this going, especially with players that aren't the greatest at the game, because they'll just sit there thinking that you're not going to see them, and not a lot of people really utilize the heartbeat as much as you think. Some people use stuns, other people use like snapshot grenades. I've seen it all. I've seen the weirdest playstyles and the weirdest builds, but that's my class setup, and I hope you guys enjoyed. That little clip at the beginning of the video was just a little snippet of what this gun can do, and I really hope you guys give it a try. I love you all, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out, guys.